first things first, I would really like you to be able to take in my display here, because I took the time to cover the entire stairs with denim. That's right. Every square inch of stair is covered in denim. So I just really hope you can appreciate that. Meow. Got kitty ears coming in. 3 cheers for kitty ears. Oh yeah, there's a purpose to the outfit. You better believe it. This patch was a couple of friends. We are in a wolf pack together, so feels pretty nice to be included in a pack like that. And I also am an official Smokey the Bear Fire Patrol Admiral. What do you call that? Sheriff? Whatever I am. So yeah, my denim stairwell here. I'm feeling really good about it. These are also really fantastic. They're Rockies brand, and they're very 80s, and I love them so dearly. If you watch my channel frequently, thank you. And also if you watch it frequently, you will notice that I'm talking pretty weird. I was multitasking, talking to my best friend the other night, whilst trying to eat. She's having a really hard time. Please put out your good energy for her. Please, please, please. All the good energy. I'll explain more later in the week. I wanna ask her permission before I talk about it, but I may even do a poem about it. But really, really going through a tough time, and I was trying to comfort her, and I was trying to eat my food at the same time. Obviously, walking and chewing gum, not really my thing. I bit my tongue so hard, like really a detriment. I did a poem recently where I was like listing off fun facts about myself. I think I was like in the grass or something, and I said like she bit off her tongue tip when she was 7, and I was going to elaborate on that and go into it, and then I never did. So yeah, fun facts. I was doing a little ballet show as a child at our friend's house in Atascadero, California. Love Atascadero. And we were putting on this little performance, this little show, and I did a pirouette and a spin, and I fell and this on a side table and bit the literal tip of my tongue off. And it was insane. It was one of the craziest physical experiences I've ever had. Just over the sink, like, this is not real. This is not real. No way is this real. And it was. And then I learned a really cool thing, that there's a meridian on your tongue, a certain meridian, a certain point, that if you past that point, like if there is an injury past that line, it will not grow back, which is horrifying. I know, believe me, I went through it. It was awful. Luckily, mine was just the tip, and so I was okay. It was right before that line, that equator of check you later front part of your tongue, and I was okay. I was within that safe zone. But another fun fact, much like a lizard tail, when it grows back pure white. Super weird. So you have this white part of your tongue, and then it slowly starts to turn pink. So what do you think? Those are some fun facts. I just wish you could see more of I kind of have to like move to the side so you can see it. All will be explained. But I also thought this was a really cool hat. I opted for the kitty ears, also will be explained. But, I talked about that prom dress that I found in a dumpster. Still can't find it. Still have just a horrifying sense of panic that I have no idea where it is. Not one clue. It's probably like some music video I costumed for free, because, man, have I done a lot of that bending over backwards for pretty much no gratitude in return. But it's probably some music video I costumed, and it's in some box or some bag somewhere, but it really is upsetting to me that I have not a clue where it is. But this I also found on the railroad tracks, covered in dirt, and I just had to have it, so I washed it like 20 times, and it says Baus. And it's with this also a very special jean jacket. I just thought these were some of the best pins I've ever gotten in my life. I'm a really big fan of pins. I can't remember who this guy is, and I'm determined to find it. It's not like an easy thing to Google if you don't have any like clue what to go off of. He does look vaguely familiar to me, but I'm not sure. I don't know, but his head bobbles, and I love that. I want to say maybe he's the Macarena guy. Is he the Macarena guy? Oh man, I gotta look this up. Eagle of Freedom. This really cool owl. This really, really cool Statue of Liberty. She's very old. And then this is Colorado Clowns. I've never been so proud to own something as I am that Colorado Clowns pin. Whew. So I'm all surrounded by my denim friends. Also brought this along. Oh, you've lost your band. Okay, so brought this along. It's all part of the theme. So I brought this to the first women's march that I attended, and I made these for all my girlfriends that went with me. And so it's like the cat is carrying a sign, Pussy Power! And I just want to state for the record, in my video, I'm going to start off the beginning. Trigger warning, I am talking about sexual assault, sexual violence. Not my favorite topic, but it is important to talk about when these mile markers, these days come along that encourage us to talk about it. It's very important. And I want to include in that conversation that men need to and have to be believed about their sexual trespasses as well, because they happen way more often than we think that they do. I think that that conversation needs to start happening very quickly, because I do think that the more we start talking about it, the more it's going to be brought to the surface. So, let me make clear that I know that assault and trespass do not only happen to women or those identifying as women, but obviously the numbers are pretty staggering that it happens to them more frequently, and it is horrific. And like I said in a previous video, it's actually more rare to not know someone who has experienced these things than it is to know someone. So anyway, I wanted to make that clear, that all victims need to be heard and believed, but I did feel compelled to make these, and it felt good, and it just kind of came to me because it was during, the height of dump fear, the fear of dump, and the big Cheeto dump, and I just grabbing by the pussy was not okay from the get-go, and we just rolled with it, didn't we? We just continued to roll along with it. So Pussy Power felt necessary. And then this, still cannot find my The Vaginas Are Coming Vagina Monologues t-shirt. Really upset about that as well. It's a big basement, as I said. But I did find my Viva La Vagina wristband. Viva La Vagina. So this little friend is with me. So that gets into why all the denim. So today is National Denim Day. And I have really been enjoying this kick on what is the national day of today, because I find that oftentimes I'm either inspired to create new work, or I find work that I've already created that's hiding in a dusty box somewhere that I often have to drive myself insane looking for, but that is relevant to what the day is. So today I definitely found some. Unfortunately, I've had my well, I'm not going to call it a fair share. I'm going to call it an unfair share. I've had an unfair share of trespasses, as anyone who's had even a single one. That's an unfair share. Should never have to happen. Should never have to be a burden that you carry. And so it's interesting because I found some pieces from... Sorry, I nervously pick at my skin when I'm talking about things that make me uncomfortable. I found some from my youth, like teen youth, and it's interesting, the anger. It's like I didn't know how to articulate the anger, and so it comes across in some odd ways, or where I'm kind of like, I wish older me could have a talk with younger me kind of ways, I guess. It's hard. It's hard no matter what. But yeah, most of this work that I found, actually, no, I'm going to take that back. Everything, all of the pieces I found today, digging through old boxes, are from between the ages of 15 and 21. 21, yes. I have to make a film at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I have to go do my hair. I'm helping a friend with his student film, so I'm going to try to get through this. There are a lot of backstories behind it, unfortunately, especially the ones from this show I put together. I actually have the poster for it. I'll flash it quick so we don't give away a bunch of names. But, oh god. This was the poster for it. Whoa, Hastily Land Girls, it says. So, yeah, that was a show I wrote and put together and made all my friends do really complicated choreography with costume changes and crazy deep feeling poetry. And it was called Hastily Land or Cling to the Clouds and Wait. And there is a secret message in that title. But boy, there's a doozy of a story involved with that one. But it was really cool. I got to do this whole show, and I've mentioned it maybe briefly before, but I donated all the proceeds to the SAVA Center, the Sexual Assault Victims Advocacy Center, and that felt really good. So, yeah, all of these pieces are from that time frame of learning how to find my voice, feeling my voice quite clogged within me, and yeah, just trying to empower myself to learn how to talk on paper because I didn't know how to talk out loud about it yet. So that's all part of it. But sorry, bouncing around. I still have to explain Denim Day to you. So if you look it up, you can find more details about it. But Denim Day, the first Denim Day, started in Los Angeles in 1999, or one could say that it actually started in 1993 when the protests started, but the official day became, there's posters for it and logos and things in 1999. But in 1992, an Italian girl who was 18 years old was taken by her 45-year-old driving instructor out way off of the beaten path and forcefully raped through the course of their driving instructions. And when she came forward, he was convicted and put in jail. And then about a year later, the Supreme Court overturned the verdict, saying that because her jeans were so tight, she would have inevitably had to have helped him get those jeans off of her body. And therefore, it must have been consensual, even though she was bruised and had injuries. And there was enough proof to convict him, and then they overturned it, saying, oh, well, her jeans were so tight that she must have helped him out. As though a man is not strong enough to get off a tight pair of jeans. So, truly horrifying, absolutely awful, and the Italian women's response in the subsequent weeks, months, and years to follow that incident, that horrible incident, began to wear denim right around the time that the Supreme Court had overturned this verdict, and the Italian Supreme Court. And so they started wearing all denim in this protest, basically saying a woman can wear whatever she wants. Our sexuality, our sensuality is not our fault, and is not something to be chided or scolded, and it is not something to hang or carve a scarlet letter into our chests or hang a sign that says slut around our necks. And it's interesting, I'll just say it now, that one of these poems was very angry in high school, and I'll explain more about it. And I think it was more just like, I love strippers. I have friends who are strippers. I think that empowerment has its good and bad, and the Venn diagram and all of that. I just don't like that the energy of it hasn't changed in so long, and it's not an empowering environment. Yes, there can be empowerment in it. Most women I know who have done it have been broken down to varying degrees and hate it and have started to lean on substances and etc. But some of them can own it. But I think that the area of where that happens is not one of praise or high regard, or it's not as it should be, and it's a whole other conversation. I appreciate burlesque. I love burlesque. I love elements of all these things, but I still tend to agree with like Russell Brand just gave a very interesting talk about WAP, which I did like a angry rap about, like female rap lyrics basically only being to coddle the male ego and sexuality, and it's all for the dick. Basically, it's all to get that. It's all for them. It's just catering to what they want. And like and OnlyFans, I could go on and on and on and on. I've written a lot of raps about it. I will talk more about it. Yeah, it's a confusing topic. It just doesn't feel like praise to me. It doesn't feel uplifting. It doesn't feel equal. It doesn't feel right yet. I think there's just so much more progress to be made. But I love dressing in a way that says, here I am. But I will say that after so many kind of bad dents in the fender, so many bad experiences that I've had in, getting into my 30s, spoiler alert, I do find myself more and more wanting just the sweatpants and the, don't look at me. And I hate that because I miss that determination of, you're not going to take shit from me just because I'm wearing a tiny skirt. Fuck off. And I love that Colorado is a free the nip state, but you don't see it. There's no action of it. There's no normalization of it. Meaning, it is actually legal here in Colorado after diligent work of many hard, pushing, powerful young women that you can walk around here topless as a woman. You can walk down the street topless, but there's no normalization of it. There's no familiarity or making that a beautiful and acceptable thing. It would still be shocking and appalling and unequaled, and it shouldn't be that way because, the men, they're going to get aroused. I can't get aroused if a man is walking down the street with his shirt off. Come on. And I told you about that whole what's the word called? A petition that I did at my junior high because they used to slap our shoulders with the rulers, and I was like, these boys wear the 90s tanks that show their entire nipples, so we run the risk of turning them on too much with our shoulders, but there's no consequences for their male nipples just going down the hallway. Okay, got it. Right. So it's all very convoluted and fucked up, and I don't like it. Also, let me just add that it is National Superhero Day, and so I thought I would just combine them, and I'm kind of like the cool denim superstar. Sorry, I can't Okay, wait, I can do a cool superhero move. I'll do it. Hold on. Hold up. I do all my own stunts. I am the denim superstar. Now I'm stuck. I am the denim superstar. Yeah, so there you have it. National Superhero Day and National Denim Day. So wear your denim, show your support. Viva la vagina. Let's get it rolling. Believe survivors. Believe them. Listen to them. Okay, so I'm going to dive into some things. Whew, alright. So I will say, the lad that I made this whole play for, it was alcohol abuse and emotional abuse more than anything. There was never, I will say that sexually he respected me. I will say that. Let me put that on record. Otherwise, there was definitely some slow grading down of my soul happening that I think he was more aware of than he let on, and some really crazy things happened. And it's a whole really crazy story. Maybe I'll tell you some other time, because I don't have the energy or the time to do so right now. But day 118? Yeah, pretty sure that's where we're at, day 118. So this is actually from one of my first screenplays that I started, and it is about him, this dude, this guy who took up a lot of years of my life and drank a bottle of whiskey every single night when I was with him. We started dating when I was 18, and the whole fiasco lasted until I was about 22. So this I included in that play that I made, Hastily Land or Cling to the Clouds and Wait. And yes, so this is a monologue from one of my first screenplays. Still hope to get it made sometime. There was another movie came out that had a similar title, and it crushed me and killed me because that shit always happens to me. But it's okay. We'll still make it. We'll make all the movies. Somebody Somebody give me some money. I just need some money. I have a lot of really good ideas. Okay, so this is from that, and it's just kind of that longing, little monologue. Here we go. He was the type of boy who always squinted, whose gaze you could only hope to capture once, maybe twice if you were lucky. But once you did, you wanted to break inside of it like a button you're not supposed to push. Sad eyes, heavy eyebrows, the type of boy who was only content as a child, never really became a man, wanted to go back, like you did. He was the type of boy who drank and smoked because there was nothing better to do in this stagnant world with all its warning labels. You were the type of girl who laughed and wrote plays, put on lipstick and played dress-up, danced around the living room in pink underwear, and always believed in fairies. You wanted the type of boy who shot arrows in a field full of wildflowers once when he was young. You were sure he had done this before. In fact, maybe you had seen him. He was the type of boy who hated red lights and rules and being in class on time, who painted his fingernails black in high school and shot confusing looks at everyone around him. If you had known him your whole life, you would have clipped pieces of his hair while he slept, taken pictures of him when he wasn't looking, and set up little shrines to him everywhere. That's just the type of boy he was. And once you started falling, you could not stop. It is inescapable, inexplicable, black, white, feverish, and chilled to the bone. It makes you grip your heart late at night, early in the morning, and all times in between. It is the sort of love that drives you off cliffs with your eyes closed, without a care in the world in your dreams. He is the type of boy who makes you die in your subconscious for loving him. He makes love to you when your eyes are closed and he's not around. He's just the type of boy to get coiled around some young girl's heart. He knows it. He dangles like a carrot on a string, and you're a starving horse who's never had so much as a piece of hay. He covers himself up with facial hair, silent little comments everywhere, habits, routines, and addictions, and you crave him like a vampire craves girls in the city on the full moon. It's the way a hungry bear behaves around trash. That's how she is. That's how she operates. They don't understand each other, and that's what makes those rare kisses taste so good. She knows this. He knows it too. So they go on, and the world keeps raining and stopping and going and coming and flatlining all over the place. And she keeps digging through pictures and putting them up with thumbtacks, wishing she could see his face when he was 6 or 7. Yeah. So, right. Pretty much, that's how it goes. That addiction, man. I'm not saying that I haven't been there where I know this is bad for me. This is bad for me. And then I keep doing it anyway. But then there are other times when you're making all the right decisions and something bad happens anyway. So, here's another. So this was actually like 14-year-old me trying to grapple with some trespasses or things I didn't know how to talk about. And this was like, or I guess, okay. So I wrote this when I was 14. I submitted it to my high school literary magazine when I was 16. So this is called Dirty Socks. Today, I took a shower with my socks on, baby. I took a shower with my socks on because it didn't really seem to matter. With my lotions and potions and lies that I rub constantly on my sad, sorry excuse of imperfection. Today, I took a shower with my socks on. Can you help me get my socks off? As long as you get your rocks off. You've done it to me, to her, to us for years. And so today, when I rub my soapy fingers on my, through my, against my ugliness, is that the same as when you grab me, grab her, break us without remorse? So today, I took a shower with my socks on, because we're all just getting dirtier anyway. Yeah, some real shit. I'm gonna admit that it was some real shit. So, shoot. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know how to talk about it. And that's the kind of stuff that comes out. So I'll do the other one that's kind of similar, because this is the one where it's like, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings. I support sex workers. I support strippers. I support whatever you need to do for yourself. But I wish that that wasn't still the same story of like, oh, I'm struggling. I guess my only options, I mean, because I've been there at the beginning of the pandemic. I literally looked up the like selling your panties thing. It's a lot harder than you think it is. Sounds easy. It's not. But I just hate that. I hate that when you feel that sort of like, well, I want to be creative and I want to be appreciated and I want to be somebody, but I don't know how to do that. And out in the world, it's just servitude and slopping servitude. And it always kind of comes right back around to that. Like, well, how could I make this work in a way that's kind of quick and is already inside me and I don't have to have a college degree for? Oh, well, sure, it's, the old ITSA. It just upsets me, and I could go on and on. But it's kind of like that strawberry milk jam that I really like. And she says, but a pedestal will never be a grease pole. You can't call it praise if it's through a peephole. And don't get me wrong, while I'm making a stir, I'm a feminist ninja and still a voyeur. But your respect must be equal to lust for the show. And it's like, I've been in these joints. There ain't no equal respect anywhere. It's pretty much all one-sided. So, yeah, I don't know. If only it could be like a little bit of a balance, but it's not. And so I think this was my anger at that. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say this was right after I went to my first strip club with that boyfriend who the whole show is about, that whole crazy experience is about. And he left me for a stripper. Oh, wouldn't you know how it all ties together. They loved him. They really seemed to love him. He paid me to take his friends to a strip club, and I saw some girls from high school, and shit got weird. I mean, dancing, shit got weird. And it just made me feel really sad. Just the whole thing sat on me in a kind of sad way. And I love boobs. I mean, boobs are great. I love women. I think women are great. But the energy, the essence of it is rather bad. So, this is what came out of my frustration with that. The essence of our sex. Baby, you better take a break from lavishing those cherry red lips. Think about what that revolution taught you, what it gave them. Honey, get in the cold, cold water to wash the dirt right off. Don't leave anything to his imagination. Sweetie, your legs don't look just right. She gets up, scrapes reality away, diminishes into shadow, hairspray, bras and panties laid out on the bed. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. As long as yours is on a pole, on a platform, in a soaking wet t-shirt with waxed legs, tan skin, perfection. Firmness without sweat. Sugar, try to go one day without giving him what he wants. There isn't anything special about this. Not a thing left to hold, to keep sacred, to button up. Foxy, just get in there with the massive breasts and close-ups of pouty lips and airbrush nothing faces. There's only one dance move you have to learn, and he won't notice. Only 1 week's salary you have to spend on creams and colors and underwear, and he won't look twice. Hey you, hey woman, hey, you've won. You get the biggest, strongest carbon copy man. Jump in the back, sexy, provoke, tease, come on. Even if you think you're ugly, you still got what they want. Burn your silicone till it drips and oozes out of you. Blood is the color of your nails. Blood is leaking behind your eyes. The girl is dead. Those candy-sweet lollipop lips turn into acid. Eyes like bullets shoot through that Barbie doll soft skin. This is what you want to be. You're moving up the ranks. Boys will be boys, and maybe, if you're lucky, maybe, if you do it fast, maybe, after they're done whistling, maybe they'll let you speak. Eek. So that's how it made me feel. That's how my first visit to a strip club made me feel. So, I don't know. I don't have anything against choosing to do that, but I do wish, I think that it would be great. I've always actually envisioned of, starting a club where the basis, the foundation was respect. And I know this sounds crazy, but it would be like there would be nudity, but there would also be like slam poetry, and there would be intelligent conversations, and there would be men as well as women, and there would be just pride and kindness and boundaries and a celebration of sensuality as opposed to the degradation of sexuality. That's where I'm at with it. That's how I feel about it. Anywho. This is just kind of a simple one in the same realm of feelings. Called One Night in... didn't even mean to say realm. One night in the realm of crying. Run, run, do it, go. The street is empty, as hollow as snow, hiding my face with a pillow full of tears. My mind is racing, those words for years and years. I could make it stop. I could let my feet lead. My heart is an anchor. My sadness does the deed. Hard times. Jeepers creepers. Okay, so I have one more, and we'll just let it be from there. Is that it? Is that all I have? Did I have another one? Oh wait, I know I had another one. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hey. Wait. Okay, so I have that one. You'd think with like only a few pieces of paper I could like get it together, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. So I got two more little ones. This is just a little one about that same dude with all the drama. Short, but effective. Lungs full of blood, bloodthirsty blisters, and blondies everywhere. You're in the water, in the air, and there's just boys all around, throwing balls, drinking 40s, stroking pink ladies, and you're just one of them. Yup. Feelings. Feelings, feelings. Okay. Here's another one about just that stuff. Those tough feelings. You don't know where to put them, and they don't seem to fit underneath your bed. Sorry, I had to crack my neck real gross there. Apologize, guys. It's called It's Getting Too Deep Now. Pretend it's all a dream. Just pretend that it's nothing but a dream. Shadows track invisible mud into this space. They make a picture of your face. They can't hear you if you can't hear yourself. How long have you been in there? It's getting deeper now. You can wish yourself to sleep. Ask the stars to take you there. Pretend it's all a dream. Hush, little baby, or they'll take you away. Close your eyelids tighter, dear. A dream, a long warm nap. Use the pillow to block out the sound. It's all a dream. It's all a dream. Pretend it's a dream. Hush, little baby, or they'll take you away. Quiet now. Dream it all away. They can't hear you in your dreams. Sleep now. It's all a dream. Pretend it's a dream. We'll wake you when it's over. It was all just a dream. Toss and turn. You won't get out. Yeah, no. You won't get out. But you will. You will get out. You will get out. So that's draining. That's a draining thing. To think of that poor, young, 90-pound me feeling so much self-hatred and blame upon herself for all the tough things felt. But it's not your fault. It's not your fault. The things that squeeze you like a vice. So, that's all, I guess. I don't have much else. But I'm glad to celebrate Denim Day with you, and thank you so much for being here. I'll leave it on my train of denim because I'm proud of it. But listen to each other's stories. Ask people their stories. Believe their stories. The human experience is being dwindled down to emojis, and I can't. We have to keep the stories alive. So, keep thriving, keep the stories alive, and pass on the legacy of Denim Day. It's very important, I think. I think it's a really powerful message to take something that is given such an emphasis of blame and, all those cliches that are cliches because we've all heard them. Well, you asked for it. Well, why did you go to that party? Well, why were you with those people? And you have to step out in a wonderful outfit again and again and again. And you have to choose people who choose you and support you and hold you up. That's the only way. That's the only way to move forward. So, I feel a bit drained and wandering in my brain and clogged by a lot of reflection. So, thanks for letting me make this connection this evening, and see you again tomorrow for day 119, and we'll just keep going. Know what I mean? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for hearing me. Love you. Superhero. Denim. Meow. Good night.